Hey YouTube, we're gonna do some, I'm gonna cut some corn ground for next year for 2021, Lord willing, we're here. But I just, the way things are going nowadays. But anyway, I've had a lot of comments that my hair is higher in the back than it is the front. And I know it is. I know what does it, and it's just a matter of do you want to, there's a couple of things here and I'll show you. So I've already put a spacer on this spring assist arm to raise it a little higher. What Ellie's holding here is, I'm going to show you in a second. Shine up under here, Will. Right now I have the bale hooked up to the floorboard of the tractor, which will put the hair, when I let it down to the ground, it'll be more level. So what I do, and I'm gonna hook up to the hair just like it is now, and I'm gonna show you, it doesn't lift it up as much as I like for it to lift it up. And I'm telling you, you need to have that thing off the ground. These arms right here, these arms, all of this, you're turning around and that hair is on the ground and it hits. I mean, this ain't the strong, I mean, it's strong, but it's not the strongest stuff in the world. You don't want that hair twisting up this back end of this tractor. It's just not worth it. And a lot of times when I'm pulling that hair, I'm pulling it to the boxes on the front and the back, even though the hair has a little bit of angle to it where the back discs are up out of the ground a little more than the front, but it's still pulling it to the boxes. So I mean, it's kind of it's not that big of a deal to me. But I'm gonna hook it up just like it is before I put this arm on it. What I do is I use this center link to raise the back end of the hair more off the ground. Now, I mean, if it gets it up, I haven't hooked it up like this in probably, I don't know, 10 years. So I'm gonna hook it up like this today and just see how high it gets it off the ground. I can't honestly remember how high it gets off the ground, but it seems like I didn't like it, so that's why I put the center arm on it. So we're gonna hook it up real quick and we'll see how high it gets it off the ground. And I also know that there's a piece you can buy to put in here that steps this up higher, where it raises it up higher, but I don't like adding some of that stuff to this thing. Just to me, it just creates another weak point for it. And so, and I've had a couple of people comment on my steering. I know it's loose, and hopefully this fall I want to try to do a few things to it. I want to put all the lights back on it. I want to get my dash all back wired in another wiring harness, and work on the steering then too. There's a company called, I think I mentioned it in the video, Brillman, B-R-I-L-L-M-A-N. He sells wiring harnesses for these, and of course Stein's tractor does too. All right, Sammy, watch out.
I think it was called Steiner.
Steiner tractor, I'm sorry. as you can see, you two, it doesn't get it up very far. To get that thing up where I want to get it up, I'd have to probably put that spacer piece on here and get it on higher, and then I'd have to worry about getting my seat slid on further, which I really would love to have it 6 inches more this way for my legs. And so no more cutting than I do with this thing. It's just not worth it. And I almost forgot to put that in float position. When I let it down, it really bounded up there. So boys, let's put this on real quick. I always like getting my knee up under it, and I can push it up back with my knee like that. You can put it in now if you want, Ellen. And actually there's adjustment here. If I have it in the second hole, it won't push it up as far, so I put it in the first hole right there. I got it.
I never noticed the center bar. Pulling the tractor towards you.
And there she's in. So now we'll hook up to it and you'll see how high it gets it off the ground. And we'll go over here and cut some of this new corn ground.
I'll meet you there.
Hey YouTube. So as you can see, with the 140, we'll show in there, it's cutting it. It's you know, have I drove tractors that I could have put in here and covered everything up in one pass? Yes, I have. You just have to, with the 140, you don't have, you know, a 2,000 pound offset hair. You have to plan ahead. And so if you got a field like this that's, you know, you want to put corn in, you go ahead and you cut it down and get this grass dying and these weeds dying. And then a couple weeks, a month from now, I'll cut it again. And then we'll put some lime on it this fall and cut it. And then maybe plow it this fall. But it just, you have to kind of plan ahead with these things, and it'll do it. You know, by next year it'll be just as smooth as silk. But I'll do a couple of passes on it today, get it started, and as you can see here, we'll show this here. It's going a couple of inches in the ground. Some places it'll go to the boxes in the ground. If you look right in here, I mean, you can see what she's turning up here. I mean, she's turning up some dirt pretty fair. I mean, we're only talking about maybe a 500, 600, 700 pound disc hair there, but for what it is, I can't complain. But it's fun, and I thank y'all for watching, and we're gonna do a few more rounds. We'll probably cut the whole field again, and then maybe come back in a month or so and cut it again and finish getting it up. I'll film that too, just to show you progressing along. My corn every year, when I cut my corn, I think to myself every year, golly, how is this all gonna rot before next year? But it always does. It seems to rot, and you know, the next year I don't have no ears of corn stopping up the planter, but we'll cut a little more on it, and I thank y'all for watching.